Hi. Yes, I looked up at the top, and it's the only thing I've read so far of this message, okay? And it says for Sarah, and then there's a big X. I'm not sure what goes after that. I think it starts with a D, the next word. So how I do this is I do not read the message. I would assume, and it's assumption, that most people, they get booked for these things, and they read the message, and so they think about what they're going to do, and in 45 seconds, they do it. And there's even a message from Cameo, the people that booked this, that goes, you have 3 cameos. Just think, in 30 seconds, you could have made, and they assume that every cameo is 30 seconds. Are you kidding me? Wow. I'm sorry. People pay for this video and this to happen, and I would never think of doing something like this in 30 seconds because it would be stealing. If I did 30 seconds, I wouldn't be surprised if the cops came breaking through my door, putting handcuffs on me, and hauling me off to jail for highway robbery. Because doing one of these in 30 seconds is ridiculous. So anyway, I got to explain this. I believe that and it's just my assumption, I believe that it's a conversation. And like in any conversation, there's me and there's someone else. So the message does the talking for the other person. And then I obviously do the talking for me. And so let's continue on and let me hear the rest of the conversation. For Sarah X Dylan. Is your ex Dylan and he's not part of this? I don't know. That's assuming a lot. So I have no idea why the X is a big capital X and it looks bigger and fatter than all the other letters. I don't get it. But that's okay. I don't need to get it. Sarah, you'll get it. So Sarah X Dylan, get him out of here. Or Sarah X is your middle name. And for the life of me, I can't think of an X that would be as beautiful as you are, Sarah. So let's just go on, and I'm going to go for Sarah Dylan. I'm going to assume now, maybe I shouldn't. Let's wait until we get further into the message, okay? So I'm just going to go on Sarah. And now then, booked by Lisa and Brian Wood. All right. Lisa and Brian, if you should hear this, Sarah thanks you for booking this, and so do I. So 2 people, thank you. And Sarah and Lisa, thank you. Now, the other thing, hang on, I need to know is that I have dry throat. And it's constantly driving me crazy. Excuse me while I'm putting gum in my mouth and chewing right now. I know it's impolite, but I started this, and I like where we're going. So Sarah, if you find this obnoxious and rude, just turn away just for a few more seconds, and I'll tell you when it's safe to come back into the video, okay? Almost. And Lisa and Brian, if you're watching and you're turned away, I'll let you guys know too. Okay. So Sarah, come on back. I'm terribly sorry, but my throat was getting so dry that I wasn't going to be able to continue, and I liked how this one started, and so I did it. And please forgive me. I know it was rude and obnoxious and really awful, but I'm better now. So anyway, it says Sarah, and it doesn't say anybody else after Sarah. So Sarah the X, I'm not sure what the X is about. I guess it's your middle name. Xavier, Exilda, exonerated, I don't know. Sarah is one of our best friends, and today is her 40th birthday. Okay, now we have a problem, and the problem is this. I'm going to talk to Lisa and Brian for a second. Lisa and Brian, when you booked this, did you assume that today was Sarah's birthday and that I would be able to record this on that day, which was Sarah's birthday? Or did you see that there's a 5-day period, and it really does take me 5 days to get through all the ones that I have? At first it was 3 and I couldn't get through them, and I had to just dismiss some, and I didn't want to do that. And so we extended it at one point to 6, and then I thought, no, 6 is too long. So we put it at 5 days. So Lisa and Brian, I'm hoping that you saw that the 5th day was coming up, and then we would land on the 5th day. So let's go on that assumption. I like that assumption. So Sarah, your day is actually your birthday. Fantastic. So if today is your birthday, let's do this. Are you ready, Sarah? Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear Sarah. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday. I love that. And you can get all kinds of music and everything on the internet that plays along and plays happy birthday and sings happy birthday. But I'll tell you the story. I just was going on the internet because I wanted to, I decided I was singing a cappella, and I went, no, let's get some music and get some, and I just flipped it on, and there it was. This came up. And then all of a sudden, one day my computer went, and I had to reboot everything and start everything over. Well, my wife and I, she was on her computer, I was on mine. We looked for that happy birthday, I'm telling you, for 5 hours and could not find it. And I was really upset. So I came in and I was going to start these things. And I typed in happy birthday, and all of a sudden this came up. After we were looking for 5 hours on 2 computers, that came back. I don't know. There it was. So I love that little ditty. Now, I'm going to go on. So if today is your birthday, and let's say that it is, well, happy birthday, Sarah. If it's not, and your birthday was actually 5 days ago, then Sarah, I am late. Please forgive me. But it's just, I don't mean to make it petty. It's just how the cookie crumbled. And the cookie crumbled right here at this time of night, because I did some this morning and I had to go away. I didn't get back till 6, and then my wife was ready with dinner, so I ate some dinner. I sit in there and just kind of chilled for a few minutes, and then I came running back in here, And this is the one I got to, Sarah. So, Sarah, if it is your birthday today, it's a little late in the day, but still it's happy birthday. And if perchance your birthday is tomorrow, which it should be, if they did the 5-day extension, then Sarah, happy birthday. And if we're 5 days late, Sarah, happy birthday. It's all the same. Well, it's not all the same, but the fact that I'm saying, Sarah, happy birthday, is all the same. Because I would say, Sarah, happy birthday. Anyway, so let's continue on. Her favorite song is, I Would Do Anything for Love. Uh-oh, I read ahead. I read ahead? No, yeah. Yeah, that's right, I read ahead. Well, I didn't read ahead because the head's not written there. We would be thrilled if. That's the beginning of a scary sentence. Okay, if you morphed into what? What do you think I'm supernatural? You think I'm like one of the X-Men? You morphed into, I would do anything for Sarah. Okay, I would do anything for Sarah. There you go. Are you insinuating that you would like me to sing that? I would do anything for Sarah. And then it goes on, but, there's a but, and the but is always interesting. But, whatever you do, thank you, Lisa and Brian, will be amazing. Well, I hope you're correct, Lisa and Brian. I've always done this. No matter what I set out to do, whether it be playing football in high school, trying in college, getting hurt, but whatever I have set out to do in a film, on stage, in a studio, on a TV show, on Broadway, doing Shakespeare in the Park for the New York Shakespeare Festival, that's right, kids. Meat Loaf started his career, and when I was a sophomore in high school, I wanted to get out of study hall my second half of the year, and the counselor said, well, one of the electives is acting. I'll take it because I could talk. So when I first went into the acting class, I was sitting there in the back and I'm being cool, hey man. And, after about 3 days, I moved to the front because I found it like really interesting, and I could talk. And getting out of study hall was like, phew. And so that year I did a play called The Bad Seed, in which there was a movie of it, and Patty Duke played the little girl. A 13-year-old girl, 12 or 13, is a serial killer. And she kills the gardener, she kills her mother, she kills her aunt, she kills the neighbors, she kills the cat, she kills the dog. And the only person she doesn't kill is her father. And her father's in the military. And at the beginning of the play, there's a little dialogue, and I kiss her goodbye and say goodbye, and then I leave, and I come back later on after her mother's dead. I come back, and she's pretending to be all upset. Daddy, Daddy. And I'm holding her, and in the film, while he's holding her, the camera just goes into her face, and she goes, and it comes right into her eyes, and her eyes are going, another victim. Although she needs her father. And so that's how I started. And then I did some acting in college, not a lot, a little bit. I was in three of the high school musicals. One, because I was in the choir, and you had to be in the musical if you were in the choir. I played baseball, so my first year, we did a musical called Where's Charlie? And I played Phelps, the butler. Now, Phelps had one line and one scene. And that way I could do the play because it was required, and I still got to play baseball. The next year, they did The Music Man. Oh, the one line Phelps had was, "Madam, dinner is served." That's it. Turned around and walked away. And so the next year, they did The Music Man. And if you've ever seen The Music Man, the film, or maybe the play, in the beginning, there's all these salesmen, and they're on a train, and they're hopping up. When you're doing the play, you have to bounce up and down like you're in a train. In the movie, they were on a train, or else they were on a fake train, and they sing a song, and then that's the end of it. So I could play baseball again. Now my senior year, you ready for this? Here comes a story and a half. Okay, I'm with my best friend and another guy. My best friend's name is Billy Slocum, and we're drinking some beer. And I'm sure we didn't have that much money and have that much beer, but enough to get, happy. And so we knew we were in the parking lot of the school, which I guess was a safe place at night. And we knew that, well, the reason we were there is because they were holding auditions for the high school musical for the leads. And so there was a lot of cars parked in there, so we were hiding. So people were coming and going, and they bet me, "Oh, you won't go in there and audition?" I go, "Nah." And they go, "Oh, come on, we'll bet you." I said, "How much?" So I don't remember what it was, but it was enough for me to get up and go, "Okay." So I went in, little happy, and I ran in, and they said, "What do you want to sing?" And I said, "I don't know. What do you got?" I don't remember what I sang, what they played. I sang, and then I left, and we got back in the car, and everybody was laughing. "You went in there and auditioned. Oh, you're funny." The next day, homeroom. And when I went to school, your first, wasn't a class, but your first kind of period, I don't think it lasted very long. It wasn't an hour. I don't think it was a half hour, maybe 15 minutes or something. You went to a thing called homeroom. And when you got there, they checked you in so you knew if you were present or not. And if you weren't there, I'm sure the teacher said, and then they called you and went on. So you know that story. And so we're in homeroom. It's the beginning of the day, and I gotta get my light back. And oh man, something went in my eye. Sorry. So over the loudspeaker, they announce the leads for the musical. And they announce one lead, they announce another, and I guess there's 5 leads, and I'm the last one. And they announce, and in the role of Ezra Reber, Imelda Day. And I went, "What?" And I said, "Teacher, can I go down to the principal's office?" And she went, "Why? And congratulations." I went, "Well, I need to talk to him." And she goes, "About what?" I go, "About the musical." And she goes, "Oh, okay, then you go ahead." I went down there and I'm going, "Excuse me, can I talk to the principal?" And they go, "What about?" And I said, "About the musical." And they went, "Oh, congratulations." And I went and I went, "I can't do this." And he goes, "What do you mean you can't do this?" I said, "No, I came in and auditioned as a joke." He said, "Well," he said something like, I don't remember exactly, but something about, "Well, then the joke is on you, isn't it? Because you now are in the musical." I said, "Well, I need to get out." He goes, "Did you audition?" I said, "Yeah." And he goes, "Well, we've established that. So you're in the musical." I couldn't get out. Good thing I couldn't, because I went out to, and baseball coach said to me, I heard him, "What are you doing?" I said, "Well, we need to talk." I said, "They won't let me out of the musical." He goes, "Well, they had to let you out of the musical." He says, "What is he going to do? You going to be in this musical? You going to be in this? You going to be on this baseball team? Or you going to be in that blank, blank, blank? This this word I'm not going to use, musical. And I looked at him, I said, what? He says, I'm telling you, you're either going to play baseball or you're going to be in this. And I went, are you telling me? And I went, that's it. I mean, that was too far. And I went, well, F you, I'm in the musical. And turned around and stormed off. Now, later on, I probably had a few regrets, but that's okay. But by summer, everything was okay. I did the musical. And it's a good thing I did, because that really was the start of my career without me actually knowing it. Because I was voted one of the 10 best actors, high school actors, not actors, high school actors in Dallas. And we went down and did a walk-on part for 2 nights in the Opera Carmen. So, and when we first went down there, the lady playing Carmen, excuse me, Sarah, I have to tell you this. She sat in front of us. There's 10 teenage boys sitting there. And she wasn't wearing underwear. Okay, now moving on. So, then I did have a little rock band for about a year. 1967, and it was in Michigan. But by 68, that was over. And then the next thing you know, I got into Hair, the musical Hair, and they auditioned for LA, but they moved me to Broadway. So I'm on Broadway doing Hair, and then I go to a party after one of the shows, probably after a Saturday night show. And there's a young man named Teddy Neely and his girlfriend named Kay Cole. Now, if you've ever seen the movie Jesus Christ Superstar, Teddy Neely is Jesus. So he says to me, they say to me, you know, you have an opportunity and you need to make a hardcore decision. Are you going to make this your career? Because if you are, you got to become serious about it. And I went home, thought that through, and next thing you know, I'm doing Shakespeare. And then I did 5 Broadway musicals, 2 Shakespeares, 3 off-Broadway, showcase, experimental theater. I played Father Time, had on a diaper and a sash. That was embarrassing, I'm sure. Not for me, for other people. And so I am an actor. And when I sing, I never hear what I'm singing. So if I go and I sing to you, Sarah, I got to find it. I'm so sorry. I'm turning away. I'm trying to find it. There it is. All right, I'm going to play. And I'm going to sing a little bit for you. Here we go. I would do anything for love. I'd run right into hell and back. Oh, I would do anything for love. I'll never lie to you, and that's a fact. But I'll never do the gift I say you feel right now. Oh, no, no way. And I would do anything for love. Oh, I would do anything for Sarah. Excuse me. Oh, man. So I'm not warmed up. And so if you don't warm up, and I have sinuses real bad, and my sinus dripped right down in the middle of that note. That's okay. I think it was all right up till there. But Sarah, and I would do anything for Sarah. There you go. That was better. And so, Sarah, like I said, I don't do 30-second videos. We're now heading for 25 minutes. I hope that it was fun. It was fun for me. It's always fun for me. So, Sarah, from Lisa, from Brian, and from me, a very, very happy birthday. I would do anything for Sarah. And Sarah, keep rocking. Yeah.